So back in mid school, my life was balanced. There were girls, there were boys, and the environment just worked. Someone had crush on someone, triangle of situation, drama, whatever it is, and normal human stuff, I think. And some people had crushes, some people didn't. Everyone was just being human, interacting, existing in space with different types of people. And I didn't think anything of it, and that was just normal, I think. And then I graduated and made a decision that would change everything. So I decided to go vocational high school, you know, where you pick specific subject and study it for 3 years instead of doing general high school stuff. I picked architecture, sounded cool, hands-on, practical, and I was so fucking excited. And then I show up. There were no girls. Well, there's a girl, but like maybe five in the entire grade, and the whole school is filled with boys. Years went by, and I'm in 11th grade now, junior year, and I started to feel something off. Like the class feels empty, and not physically, but like there's like 30 of us, but it feels so hollow, bro. And you walk in, you see the dudes, you see your homies everywhere, and doing weird things, dumb shit, something like that, making the same jokes, same energy, same vibe every single day. And don't get me wrong, bro, like I love my homies, but there's something missing, and I started noticing something weird, like the behavior I didn't see in mid school, like everyone on their phones scrolling TikTok, but not normal TikTok, just girl dancing, girls doing whatever, girl just staring at screen because that's the only way they see women anymore. Like all of my friends just all of my friends TikTok just filled with girls, and I think that's kind of sad when you think about it. And they do like online dating, or so many guys in my class are on dating apps, like texting a girl they never met, building entire relationship in their head with someone 3 cities away, and that's kind of hopeless romantics, but like desperately hopeless because they have no other option, no practice, no real interaction. And then when a girl actually show up, maybe for an event or visiting or whatever, the guys lose their minds, catcalling, staring, acting weirdly, and it's like, bro, relax. It's just a human. They still a human, but I'm trying to understand. I get it. They barely see a girls like ever. So when one appears, they don't know how to act. They forgot, or maybe they never learn. And here's the thing. I start to feeling it too, like the emptiness. Not in romantic way. I'm not sitting here pinning for a girlfriend or something like that. That's not what this is about. And I think it's about balance, energy, and perspective. When you in a room full, when you're in a room with only one type of person, one gender, one way of thinking, one way of existing, things get stale and flat, like echo chamber vibes. And in mid school, even if I didn't talk to girls much, and they were this day, and they were there, they had different conversation, different jokes, different way of seeing things. They changed the energy of the room by just existing, and that made the space feel complete. But in vocational high school, it's just dude energy are 24/7 is exhausting. We're louder than we need to be, more aggressive, more performative, and because there's no balance and no softness and no different perspective to check us. And it's like imagine eating the same meal every day, and it's not that bad, but after a while you're just tired of it, and you need variety and you need something different, not because the meal is wrong, but because sameness is draining. And this isn't about women fixing us or needing women to behave better, or that's not the point. And this is about human environment needing this is about human environment needing diversity to function properly. And when you remove half of it from a space, and you're not just removing goals anyway, you're removing different communication style, different priorities, social dynamics, and different way of solving the problems. And girls and guys interact with the world differently, not better or worse, just different. And when you have both in a room, you get fuller picture of almost everything. Conversation are richer and perspective are wider, and the environment feels more real. And but when it's all guys, we get stuck in our patterns, our own habit, our own blind spot, and nobody dares to point it out. And and because everyone operating on the same wavelength, I'm not saying guys can be complete without women. That's not it. But I'm saying like space designed for humans should have humans and all kind of humans, not just one type. And this apply beyond school, bro. I think like workspace, friend groups, communities, anywhere, and that's heavily dominated by one gender or one type of person. And the energy shift, behavior change, and not always for the better. But you get the group thing, you get the echo chamber, you get the people acting in ways they wouldn't if the space was balanced. And I've seen it, bro. All male space get aggressive, competitive, performative, something like that. Guys trying to outguy each other, and it's exhausting, bro. All female space probably have their own issue too, but I don't know about that. But comment below, like I'm still curious about that. But I imagine it's the same concept, and the point is humans need other humans and different humans. So they stay grounded, they stay normal. And when I graduated at LB school, I didn't appreciate the balance. I took it for granted. I thought, who cares? There are girls in the class. I don't talk to them anyway. What the difference does this make? What the difference does this make? And but now being in space where the balance is gone, I feel it. I see what's missing, and it's not romantic. It's not about attraction. It's all about completeness. I think normalcy and space that feels like real world instead of bubble and something like that. And so here's what I learned from my experience. Diversity isn't just a buzzword. It's not just about being politically correct or checking boxes. It's about creating environments where people can be normal. And when you're surrounded by people like you, only like you start acting weird. You lose perspective. You forget how to interact with anyone different. And I think that's dangerous because the real world, the world outside school, outside your friend group, outside your friend group, it's mixed and it's everyone. And if you spend years in bubble, you're gonna struggle when you step out of it. And I see it in my classmates, guys who haven't had normal conversation with any girl in year, and they don't know how. They're either too aggressive or too shy or too performative because they forgot or never learn. And I feel it, and I feel it in myself too. I'm not immune to anything. I've got a quieter in my perspective. I think more stuck in my head, but because I'm not getting that balance, that push and pull of different perspective and that normalcy, and it sucks. It really does, bro. So yeah, we need more woman. So yeah, we need woman, not as romantic interest, not as object, not as fixer, not as your lover or not as your friend even, but as people, half of the population. We need balanced space, we need environment that's reflect reality, and we need to interact with people who think differently and act differently, see the world differently. And because without that, we get stuck, we get weird, we lose touch. And if you're in school or a job or a group that heavily one-sided, or you probably feel it too, and that emptiness, that flatness, you're not imagining if it's real. And if you're in balanced space, don't take it for granted like I did. Appreciate it because balance makes everything better, and because balance makes everything better for everyone. And I think that's it. But I need women to comment if they expand understanding, because I'm just gonna curious about that. Just comment below. And yeah, that's it. I think peace. And thank you for listening my observation and experience, something like that. I hope you enjoy this shit, and comment below if you got anything. So yeah, that's it, bro. See you later, see you soon, or maybe you have good night or something like that. Peace.